There we go. Sorry for the confusion before, if you jumped on and then I jumped off. I had the camera all messed up in different ways. Anyway, so I want to introduce myself and welcome you to the group. My name is Shay Stanford. I am an almost 45-year-old mom of 3. My husband and I, we live in Tampa, Florida. For those of you that don't know where Tampa is, it is over by the beach, about an hour and a half from Orlando. Absolutely love it here. I've lived here most of my life. We have 3 children. Their ages are 15, 13, and 7. We have the older 2 are girls, and then the younger is a boy. And I want to welcome you to this group. I will tell you, Beachbody coaching has absolutely changed our family's life for the better. And I want to share with you this amazing opportunity because it can absolutely change your family's life, not just in health and fitness, but it can financially, in the sense of community, the sense of friendships. There's so many benefits to this business beyond just the products and the income that you can earn. So before I start any group, I always want to share a little bit about my story and about me. I do not at all want to be some talking head up here, just kind of sharing the business with you. What I have built the foundation of our team on is truly the relationships and the stories that each of us share. So I'm going to share my story real quick with you so you have an idea of what I'm about. And then I'm going to share with you a little bit of my accolades through Beachbody and this business. And then I'm going to share with you what you can expect over the next few days in these different episodes on what this business can provide for you. Okay, so first, about me and my story. There's a lot to my story, but I'm going to give you the very, very condensed version just so that you can get a gist of what I'm about. So first of all, I grew up doing everything the traditionally correct way. I went to high school, I went to college, I got a soccer scholarship and got a 4-year degree in psychology. I've got a bachelor's. Then went on to corporate America. I worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car for 3 years, worked my way up through that, through their management system. And then I met my first husband there, left Enterprise and ended up doing pharmaceutical sales. Now I did pharmaceutical sales for 10 years. And it's a very competitive sales industry, probably like any job nowadays. I think a lot of jobs are really performance-based. And every single year, no matter what goals I hit or achieved, the next year they were always harder and harder and harder. And what I found when I had my 2 daughters, back when I was 29 and 31, when I had them, I was so driven to succeed and have some significance in my life that when I was working for them, literally at the minute my maternity leave was up at 6 weeks, they went into daycare. I was back in the throes, having to hit goals, trying to play catch up from the time that I missed. The bottom line is I missed so many first times with my daughters when their first tooth cut, their first step, their first words. So many of these things happened not on my watch, but on a daycare provider's watch. And truth be told, I was so tired when I came home in the evenings from being on the road all day and working, and then I had all these reports due. I was a really watered down version for them. I was a watered down version for me, for my husband at the time, and for them. And I just felt like I was this human just going through the motions of life, wondering, man, is that, really not ever feeling like I'm enjoying all this work I'm putting into things. Is this really what life is about? Hey, Lisa, is this really what life is about? I'm sharing a little bit about my story to kick things off. And so fast forward, I went through a divorce, was single for several years in my mid-30s. I met my now husband, and we decided to have a child. And at this time now, I'm 37. We had our son. But prior to having him, when we first found out we were pregnant, we knew this was going to be my last and our only child. And my husband is from the UK. His entire family lives over there. And our son literally is the only grandchild in his entire family. So it was somewhat emotionally painful for him to not really be able to share his culture or his life with his son. And for me, I was really struggling to think, here we go again. I am going to miss all these firsts because I was working so hard, and I'll be damned if I'm going to do that. And so for me, a driving force was I wanted something that gave me freedom. I refused to miss everything that I missed out on with my daughters, with this last little baby. So when I was pregnant, I ended up, there were some circumstances. Pfizer actually bought our company out. There was a territory realignments. They moved my territory 2 hours away from my house and told me basically that's where you have to drive. That's the only territory for you in this realignment. And I said, no more. No more. I am not going through a pregnancy, driving 2 hours away from my doctor, being away from my husband, and I walked away from a very good income. I was earning about $150,000 per year with this pharmaceutical company, and I was doing very well with them. But I finally said, no more. I need to be present with my family. I have no idea how I'm going to figure this out, and I'm probably a Dave Ramsey nightmare, but I want to be present. So we ended up having our child. A year goes by, and it was ironic because the girl that was telling me about Beachbody, I honestly was like, oh, Beachbody, that's like some pyramid scheme. That's what losers do. I can't even begin to tell you all the stuff I thought about this company. But I had said no to her so many times, and a light bulb moment went off for me, which is kind of the second part of my story. When I went to visit her, and she had her home office set up. She had been a coach for a year now. And I laugh to this day because I saw her desk at home, and it overlooked her backyard. She was there with her little girl and eating her lunch at her desk with her flowers and her candles and her music on. And I thought, I want that. I want to be able to work from home. I want to be home. I want to work on my terms and help people, but on my terms and on my schedule, and be my own boss. And there was something about seeing her desk, and I laugh, I say to this day, you had me at home. When I saw her home office, I joined that day. And I thought, you know what, if I could make just $50,000 a year, we can cut back on all of our expenses, we can live really, really lean, and if I could just do that, I can be present with my son, I can be at home, I can have things on my terms for the first freaking time in my life. And I'll talk more about this when I hit the income part of another episode, but I achieved the $50,000 a year, and I thought, well, gosh, if I've achieved this, I could probably go a little bit more. What if I achieve 100? That came and went, and with more work and more effort, I hit and achieved what I was earning back at my pharmaceutical career in about 1.5 to 2 years into this business, and I kept freaking going. And I look back, and there was such a monumental moment for me when I hit that $150,000 a year, because I thought, I'm finally living my life on my terms. And no one is telling me when I have to work. I don't have to ask for time off. I don't have to be sent away somewhere because of a realignment or orders or anything like that. Everything is on my terms. And one of the things that was the biggest impact in our business is in 2015, Neil and I actually decided to go live in the UK for 3 months with our little boy, and he went to school in the UK. His grandparents got to pick him up, and he got to hang out with his aunts and uncles and his whole family over there, which of course meant the world to Neil. And had I not taken that chance, and had it not been for this Beachbody coaching opportunity, we would have never had that freedom, ever. We would be working for somebody else day in and day out on their terms. So this business has opened so many doors for us. The second part of my story is the products. And back when I had my son, I had a really hard time losing weight. I was 37. And ironically, through my whole pharmaceutical career, my part of what I have done, and I think a lot of people may relate to this, weight loss to me was always about it was always about just being thin. It wasn't necessarily, it was about getting in a certain size jean or having a certain number on a scale. Honestly, I never considered what I was putting in my body, the strain I might be giving my body, the consequences of what I was doing to my body. Never, ever considered any of that. I just wanted to be thin. After I had our son, I was 37. I had left pharmaceuticals. I was working out all the time, and I was like just really struggling to lose weight. And a friend of mine says, oh, you can try these HCG shots. You'll lose weight. It's like you'll take in 500 calories a day. You do these shots. You do them for 30 days. You'll lose so much weight. I didn't care. Let's do it. Let's go. So I did these shots. By day 12, my husband said, you have to get off these shots. You are such a rip-roaring bitch. Your hormones are like all out of whack. I had lost 12 pounds in those 12 days, and I'll tell you, I was really, really mad at him for making me get off these shots, but he literally was going to leave me for the remainder of the 30 days because I was so hard to live with. So I reluctantly got off the shots, which in hindsight, I will tell you, I think saved my life. Blamed him because I gained all the weight back, of course. And 6 months later, I had found that, then I started P90X, and so that's kind of how I first started being introduced. I'm like, you know what, let me follow something I can do from home with my son and try and lose weight that is structured and great. And I started to lose weight, but it wasn't until I had found a quarter-sized tumor in my breast that I was devastated. And it was a 2-week time frame from the time they had taken it out, sent it off to biopsy to find out whether it was cancerous or not. I will tell you it was not cancerous, it was benign, thank the Lord. But I want to tell you the message in that struggle. Because the time from when I got the phone call and I thought, such is freaking life. I finally have left my career. I finally have the man of my dreams. I'm here with my baby. I'm here with my daughters. Is God punishing me that now I have this freaking tumor and I may have to fight a battle that is going to be a long, tedious battle. And so the only way I felt like I could have control over my life at that time was to research. How could this be? What could have caused this? So I started researching all these things, and I came across chemicals. I came across things in food. I came across all of these things. And one day I came across HCG. Didn't even consider it initially. Started researching more and more, doing my pharmaceutical background research. And I had found that HCG is just basically like Viagra for cancer cells. It grows. It's hormones from pregnant women. And then I realized it wasn't even human pregnant women. It was pregnant horses. So the concentration was so much more. And that in monkeys and animals, they had found that HCG caused breast and ovarian cancer. All of these things, I was mortified. I'm like, how could I have been so vain that I didn't even question what I was putting in my body. I just wanted to be thin. And here now I may end up taking my own freaking life and causing my own demise for vanity and being so foolish as to never once question what the heck I was putting in my body. And I prayed one night, please let me get through this. And I promise you that no matter what, I will be an advocate, an ambassador, whatever it is, to teach and educate people about, it's not about weight loss, it's about health and putting the right things in your body to promote health and longevity and move away from disease. And educate people about what they're putting in their body. So when I came across Shakeology after doing P90X, I researched the crap out of it, of course, and was so blown away at the quality of ingredients. And there were all these ingredients that I had found in my research that were used medicinally for years, thousands of years, to treat disease. And I became fascinated with this product. So around that time, it was when I went to see my friend at her house and saw her desk, and I thought, it's been right here all the time. I can help change people's lives and educate them and have a platform and tools to truly change people's lives and make a difference in this world and have significance and be with my family and have something I can truly stand behind. And so it was like this perfect storm of events for me that led me to Beachbody. So I have been doing this for 6 years. I started in July of 2011. I'll get to my accolades now, but who cares, right? But I'll share them with you just so you know. I am a superstar diamond coach, which basically means I am the highest rank in the company. 15 star, it means I have duplicated other people that I've brought into this business to achieve a diamond ranked business. I've had probably about 28 lifetime diamonds that I have helped grow their business. I am part of the $1 Million Club, which means we have earned over $1 million cumulatively through Beachbody. And what else? 4-time elite, that probably means nothing to you, but an elite coach. I am a speaker for the company on Shakeology. I have spoken at our national convention 3 times. I have spoken on our national wake-up call 3 times. I'm definitely a thought leader within this company. I truly bleed blue. And one of the biggest things about this company that I want to share with you is that if you treat this and you want this the way I wanted this and treat this as a career, it will absolutely reward you as a career. And I'm going to say that it's not easy. Nothing worth having is easy. And just like a weight loss journey, there's going to be plateaus in your business. You're going to go backwards. You're going to have amazing times. It's a roller coaster. And I am here to show you that it can be done. I have an amazing training. So I want to share with you, as I close this video out, what you can expect over the next few episodes in this behind the scenes sneak peek. So the first thing, we're going to have an episode on this business itself. What is Beachbody about? How did it get started? How is it an MLM? How is it different from all the other crappy MLMs you've probably heard about? I mean, I could go on for days about this, but it is such an amazing business model. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that and where the company is going in the next 5 to 10 years as well. The next episode I'm going to talk to you about is income and how you can earn income with Beachbody. There's many different ways you can earn, and I'm going to go over those, and I'll share with you what I earn and how you will earn as well. The next episode I'll talk about is training and what training is available for you. Once you start as a coach, what does that look like? What is my role? If you are here through another coach, what is their role? How I help your coach help you, because we work as a family, we work as a team, we work as a unit. So what the training looks like. Marketing, I'm going to go over how you market yourself. The number one thing every coach says to me when they join is, I don't want to sound salesy. I don't want to be icky in that person. You won't be. I am going to teach you what curiosity marketing looks like. I am going to teach you how to talk to people, what questions to ask, so that you are there to add value to their lives. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how the marketing looks with Beachbody. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the products that you have to offer. I am going to talk in another episode about events that you can earn, free trips you can earn, but also training events that you can attend. And then the last thing I'm going to talk to you about is you and your personal development and your journey. Jim Rohn says, if you want to work on your business, work on you first. And that is so true for any entrepreneur that wants to build a business. The more you work on you, the more your business grows. And so the last episode I'm going to talk to you about is you and your belief and me believing in you, or your coach believing in you and paying that forward, and how we can truly build an amazing empire through personal development, working on ourselves, and what the typical coaches look like, because so many people think you have to be at your fitness journey or you have to be perfect, and the reality is people relate more to struggle and imperfection than they do perfection. So I'll talk a little bit about that. So that's what you're going to be able to expect over the next few days. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below. I really appreciate you jumping on, whether you're on live or listening to the recording, hearing a little bit about my story and how I came about Beachbody. I think it's really important to know where people have come from and how they have come to you, and what perspective that they have. So thank you very much for hearing my story, and I look forward to sharing in the next 7 episodes that are left more about this Beachbody coaching opportunity. Have a great day.